Hi, how are you doing, guys? Welcome to the football show with my man Anuj.
Hi guys, hi Vipul. How are you doing?
Yeah, good man. How are you?
All good, all good. Enjoying the lockdown.
Yeah. All right. So this week we have no matches. So let's discuss some topics. Since we had predicted the last match week and it went entirely different. So I have a couple of results from that freak match day. And yeah, this the first one is Aston Villa versus Liverpool. Your team losing to Aston Villa by 7 goals to 2. So before you say anything, let me tell you this is Liverpool are gonna win the Premier League this season as well. But this was a freak result, and there were a couple of players missing in your team. Of course, there was Allison who was not there, and there was no money in the team. So I it shouldn't make much of a difference. Yeah, you can say that the goalkeeping situation it makes a difference, but wow, I have one picture of Adrian catching. What can I say? Catching a player's head.
I
Matlab,
think that's from his West Ham days, if I'm correct.
no. I'll share it. I'll share it with you later on. And it was so funny. But yeah, it was a freak result for Liverpool.
Definitely, I think it was one of those off results that every team has in their history. Liverpool very rarely had one of these, like for the past 40, 50 years, we never had such a result. And everything that could go wrong in a match did go wrong. Like we knew some of the places where Liverpool could be targeted, their high line, you could sometimes with a good run and a proper through ball, you could break that high line. And you could see in the front without Mane, the press was not happening the way it should have. So there were a few places where Liverpool could be targeted, and Aston Villa hit it right at the target. They started with a very bad mistake from Adrian. I think after that goal, we could see the players' heads drop. There was no intensity. It was like after the first goal, everyone had already given up. Apart from Mohamed Salah, I think everyone thought that this is not going to be our day. And Aston Villa came with some Midas touch. Every pass they put in was a proper through ball. Every shot they took somehow with deflection here and there. It
Yeah,
was
yeah. I think four of their goals were deflected goals. So luck was on their side on that day, not on Liverpool side, of course.
I think
Um,
it was a tight slap in
yeah,
the face for Liverpool, and it was needed. I think it's a really good thing that happened at the international break. So now the team has time to rectify it. We get all our players back who were detected COVID positive and from injury, but only miss I think still Allison in the goal really helps because that high press is made for Allison, but Adrian I don't think so. We need to make a few changes there. Maybe drop a bit deep and support Adrian in that. So let's see.
all right. Okay. This next result might uh, make you happier. And yeah, even though being an Arsenal fan, I hate Tottenham, but I hate Manchester United as well. Yeah, so the result was Manchester United 1 and Tottenham 6 at Old Trafford. At first, I couldn't believe it, but later on, when I saw the highlights and everything, I just saw how poor Manchester United were, and their defense is shocking, man. I was like, what is happening? What is happening at United? Anuj sir, tell me.
Think they completely lost the plot that day. If you could see that even the 11 players individually weren't even playing proper football. As a team, too, you can forget about it. There was no cohesion amongst themselves. But as individuals, also they were making so many mistakes. Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, they were all over the place. Decision making, passing, everything. I think they couldn't make any more mistakes individually in that game. And Tottenham, with precision, made them pay for that every mistake. Harry Maguire pulling Luke Shaw himself down. And one of the videos I was watching about the fourth goal or the fifth goal, Luke Shaw was right in front of De Gea and he was marking Heung-min Son and De Gea called him Luke no, Luke no. But still Luke went out and marked some other
Yeah,
player. ball came in and Son scored that goal. So you could see their decision making. There's no cohesion amongst the back four, and it's a very very big task for Ole now to get this team out of this big result and maintain that confidence to make sure the team keeps playing well. But I think it's going to be a very very humongous task.
Ole is not on the wheel, yeah.
I think he's crashed the car right now.
Seriously. Now that you have mentioned him, let's move on to him. So there is this rumor flying around since yesterday that Mauricio Pochettino uh, is going to arrive at the end of the season at Manchester United. I don't know how much of this is true since there was this result, and after that, this rumor started. And you know that Pochettino was linked to this job last season as well after being sacked by Tottenham. How do you see this? Since I see Pochettino as a manager of Tottenham, because since he was also linked with the Barcelona job and he didn't get the job for some reason. But I think Pochettino can do a better job than Ole at United.
Yeah, definitely. I think in terms of attack and overall getting the team play a certain system, Pochettino is a really, really good manager. We could see that with Spurs in attack. They were phenomenal for those last 2 or 3 seasons. He got them to the Champions League final. They never gave up. They played for the manager. So I'm a bit scared with that situation. So I want Ole to at least win few matches and then they can have these results in middle so that he's at the wheel and we don't see Pochettino at United. I think that could be a really bad combination for rivals. But in for United, I think he is a very good manager. But again, the whole process will start again. He'll inherit a team that was Ole's team. They were playing a certain way. Pochettino might want to change that, then get his players. And we have seen United are not that great in transfers. I mean, in the last couple of transfer windows, they haven't gotten their
Yeah,
targets.
yeah,
That whole process will start again, and it will be too much
yeah.
for
To
them.
think a big club like Manchester United still doesn't have a director of football, which is crazy. And yeah, they were pretty bad in the transfer window. We'll come to that next. Um, Now we are going to discuss the winners and losers of this transfer window. So clearly, for me, this is for me personally, Manchester United are the biggest losers of this transfer window. I tell you why. Manchester United is one of the top three clubs in England, and they were linked with a certain Mr. Sancho in the beginning of the transfer window, and he was almost certain to join United. And later on, there were some complications. They were not bidding up to the mark, and there were so many complications. And that transfer at the end didn't happen as the transfer window ended last night. And for me, they are the biggest losers of the transfer window since they are such a big club and they couldn't even get their primary target, which is not great for United moving on to the season.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was a bit of a shocker seeing them being linked with Sancho since July, August, or as far as my memory goes. Everyone was certain that Jadon Sancho is going to be a United player. But this is one thing that we have seen about Bundesliga clubs that they will ask for a certain amount and you have to pay that amount. There's no two ways about it. There's no installments. There's no add-ons or anything. If they ask for a certain amount, you pay that amount, you get that player. That has been Bundesliga teams' situation every time. And I think United tried to play it smart. They wanted to wait till the last minute to see if Dortmund might drop. They might accept some add-on situation so that they they let go Sancho for a certain amount. Maybe next year he's not in form, the price might drop. So I think Ed Woodward tried to play it really close to the chest, but Dortmund came out the winner. They were firm on their stance on Sancho, and I think United that was the biggest place that they wanted to address their wing position. I don't think they have a really good player over there. Greenwood can be a really good striker, but he's being played on the wing, and Daniel James is not up to the mark for United standards. I think that was a
Yeah,
really, really big miss for them.
let's not talk about the players they already have, because the players they have are exceptional individualistically, but as a team they are crap.
Yeah, correct.
And I don't now. I used to think about Ole as a good manager. Now I don't rate him as a manager at all, since he has no tactical flexibility, and he's not getting them to play at their best, whatever players he has at his disposal. So I tell you, now that the primary target topic has come up, uh, yeah, we got our primary target, who
No
was
Thomas, no Partey.
Thomas Partey. No Thomas, no party, man. So last night, me and Kabir were having a party on the show, and you said ki Ed Woodward was trying to play a safe game, trying to keep all his cards to him. We did the same. We even took a bigger risk than Ed Woodward. Just to tell you, if this would have gone haywire, then Edu and Arteta would have been get lashed on by the fans like crazy, because it was like a couple of hours to go for the transfer window, and we went to La Liga and basically triggered the release clause for Thomas Partey. I do believe that the personal terms would have been agreed prior to that, but it's difficult since you cannot speak to the player before triggering the release clause. You would just assume that the player has to be sat down, and we can have contract talks with him, and which was done so smoothly. I thought Arsenal had somebody working at Atletico Madrid or something who was having this contract negotiations with Thomas Partey behind the scenes, and wow, it was crazy.
I think one thing that really worked in Arsenal's favor was once the release clauses triggered, Atletico Madrid have no control over the whole transfer situation. So I think that worked really well in Arsenal favor. Also, the amount, if you compare with other teams that they wanted for their targets, the amount of 50 million for Thomas Partey in today's market is not on the higher side, but it's right up there. I would even say it's on the lower side. So I think
Yeah.
50 million for that player is a steal in today's market, and Arsenal were really lucky that it was only 50 million plus the release clause. So I think Diego Simeone won't be sleeping for a few nights with this.
Not until the international break is over and we resume the La Liga season. Did
Yeah.
you see his post? He's apparently very furious, and when the Torreira deal was happening in front of him, um, Arteta and Edu was plotting this behind the scenes, and he was discussing midfield pairing of Partey and Torreira, and yeah, I have to tell you one thing. The fan inside me was going crazy that this is happening, and we are letting go Torreira, and we are not even getting Partey. We should get him, or something of a player plus cash or swap deal, something we need to get. But then at the end we got him, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy, man. I would have
I
been even happier if we would have got our, but it is what it is. No worries.
think Arsenal's team is now complete and ready to challenge the top six.
Yeah, we have the spine of Leno, then we have Gabriel, then we have my man Partey now, and in at the front we have Aubameyang. That is the spine of the team done. Let's concentrate on other areas in the coming season transfer windows, because it's a process. It's not going to happen in a season or two. So
Definitely.
be patient. All right. For me, Arsenal are the clear winners of the transfer window, since they were able to pull this off on the last day of the transfer window. But let me ask you this: who are the winners for you on the last day? Well, not on the last day, but of the transfer window as a whole.
I think overall, as a team, I would say Everton were the clear winners for me just because of their signing of Doucouré. I think he's a really, really good player. I would definitely say if Arsenal weren't getting Partey, he should have been an option for them. very, very good defender, Premier League proven in Watford. We could see single-handedly he was winning matches for them. Long legs, carries the ball like no one even is there in front of him. So very good signing. And in addition, I think Alan, I'm a big follower of Serie A, and I know how important, how good Alan is in terms of holding the ball. Is a very, very good physical presence. So that combination is going to be very, very lethal for them. And they added James Rodriguez. James Rodriguez, we all knew like for a few seasons he was not playing that well, but in terms of technical ability, he is one of the best. You give him the ball, he can find a pass to any player. He can shoot with either foot. So I think in terms of recruitment, Everton did a really, really good job. Arsenal definitely got their target, but I think in terms of getting a few players out of the team, Arsenal were not able to do that. So I think that's the difference between Everton got their players out, they got the new players in, and I think they are a terrific combination right now, and we can definitely see that they're top of the table right now.
You certainly make a good point. And even there is a problem with Arsenal, and which is the homegrown players quota, not the homegrown players quota, but the outsiders. So we apparently have 19 players, and Premier League only allows 17. And there is 1 week, I think, to submit your team for the season in the Premier League.
Right.
So there is a certain Mr. Ozil who's going to lose out. Can you imagine? We are
Yeah. So
not having him for a season.
that
This is basically his last season with us, and I can't say any more than that because we need to have a separate show for that discussion
yeah,
with
definitely.
Mesut Ozil. Yeah. All right. Anuj, it was great talking to you again. Um, yeah, we are actually doing a show during the international break, and let's see if I can get Kabir for this show, and we could discuss the international and our Premier League stars playing in the international matches. And yeah, we'll see. Okay,
Yep.
thank you, Anuj, for coming on to the show, and see you later. Bye.
Always a pleasure. Thank you, Atul. Thank you, guys. Take care.